Hey guys, sitting down here, this is going to be my chapter review to Nanatsu no Taizai 284. I think it was called The Door to Hope. So the 7 Deadly Sins 284, The Door to Hope. Now this was a really good chapter. I haven't got this scripted up or anything like that. I'm just going to go through it because I felt it was kind of short. It was very actiony. So there's not too much to actually talk about besides like my opinions on certain power levels and things like that. And a certain thing which goes down. But let's go through that. It should be a pretty short review, I'm thinking. So so the first thing that comes across is Meliodas kind of retells the whole, or kind of reiterates the whole point of the Demon King's magic power, the ruler, and what its true ability is. It's any attack which is made against the Demon King is turned to healing, and any weakening against him. So if for instance, if Ban's trying to snatch his abilities or snatch his power, then that's turned into empowering instead of weakening him. So everything is inverted in when it's targeting the Demon King. So the new Demon King's aware of this, and he's just like, you know what? I don't give a shit that you know this. I'm never going to allow any of you to return to your world. So obviously the three of them try to scamper through. Wild, Ban, and Meliodas just try to scamper through and find this gigantic door or whatever it is that'll lead them back to the human world, or the main world as far as we know it. And while they're doing this, Ban he uses his ability to kind of give his energy to, or give his life force, because he's immortal, so he can give as much of it as he wants to the Demon King. And the Demon King, he's holding up his sword, and you can see him physically weaken, and he's shaking while holding his sword, so he can't even take the weight of his own sword while Ban is gifting him this energy. So Ban's just like, you know what, while I'm doing this, I might as well stay here and hold the Demon King off. So while the other two, Meliodas and Wild, are running towards this door or this gate, and Ban's like, you guys hurry up and find the door. I'm gonna feed him with my immortal life. So while he's doing this, Wild finds the door, which is this gargantuan hole in the floor essentially, and it is literally just like a freaking hole in the ground. And while him and Meliodas kind of look at it and prepare to like what their next move is going to be, Ban is caught in the grasp of the Demon King, and he's surprised that the Demon King has got his strength back, and he seems to be as strong as ever. And the Demon King tells him straight up, he's like, I simply deactivated a few spells is all. So now the part here that really confused me is he said, in other words, I let the damage you were trying to inflict upon me heal me instead. So does this mean that the Demon King can just turn off the ruler and stop inverting things? So like if Ban was like weakening him by giving him energy, did he just turn off the ruler and then Ban was just actually feeding him with energy, strengthening him? I think that's what might have happened. And if the Demon King can just turn off this ability, then that's pretty cool. I mean, like, you'd expect someone on the Demon King's level to be able to turn off a magical ability like that. I mean, like, if he was just gonna hurt himself constantly through the ability of the ruler, then that would be a negative point in the Demon King's stead. And it wouldn't, if you'd expect, if someone found that out over the years, then he wouldn't have too much of an advantage in front of anyone. So he seems to be able to turn that off, and he's there crushing Ban. But obviously Meliodas saves Ban, and he's like, all right, now it's my turn to hold him back. You and Wild, get your asses out of here. Obviously Ban doesn't like this. He's just like, no, like, I came here to get you. There's no point in me leaving without you. But make sure, like, he then runs towards the hole, and he's like, make sure you come back no matter what. So Meliodas is there fighting his dad again, and it looks so awesome whenever you see like a fight between Meliodas and the Demon King, because the Demon King is absolutely ginormous, and then you see this little like pea-sized individual, which is Meliodas, and he's got this like toothpick compared to the Demon King's. I'm not even sure what type of weapon you'd refer to that as. It's like a squared off sword. You guys tell me what it's called. I have no idea. So the Demon King swipes at Meliodas, and Meliodas just like swings back. This was such an awesome panel. You just see this huge amount of destruction, that like just everything exploding around the Demon King. And I thought, yo, this is pretty crazy already. But the thing that confused me here was we see the kind of impact of the attack. Buffet Wild and Ban, and they managed to hold their ground. But you see Meliodas just stood there having deflected the attack, and he's fine. And I'm just like, Meliodas was struggling to deal with any of the attacks that the Demon King was presenting the last time. I mean, like, last time, to be fair, Meliodas was trying to land a revenge counter, so he was tanking all of the attacks, and then he wanted to explode all of that energy out in a revenge counter. But Meliodas over here just uses one arm to kind of deflect the attack of the Demon King, and he seems to be he didn't even break a sweat. So the argument here could be that the Demon King was actually significantly weakened by Ban, and this is like his level of attack after having been weakened, or it's that Meliodas has gotten significantly stronger, but he just got body bagged a few like an hour or something ago. So I think that's 60 years here or something more than that. They've already spent a huge amount of time there, but it's just one of those things where I don't think Meliodas should have been able to do that. And then considering what happens next, I'm not too sure. It looked cool, and I was really happy it all happened and stuff. But just thinking about it logically, I'm not sure if Meliodas should technically be that strong. So his dad, the Demon King, is like, "You're a good for nothing. You're a failure. You turn your back on your father, and you're gonna deny me again." All that shit. So Meliodas tells his dad straight. He's like, "I've never thought of you as my father, but the one thing I've always been confused about is why you always refer to me as a failure." Obviously, he's convinced that he's not a failure, which is, none of us think Meliodas is a failure. He's an absolute boss. And his dad calls him, he says, "You're a failure because you are a destroyer." Now, I'm not sure what he's referring to here, but he, like, it's a weird, like, it's almost like two children speaking. He says to Meliodas, "You're a destroyer." Then we get this awesome panel, which is probably going to be my thumbnail. I mean, like, it's going to be a rubbish thumbnail, but I like the panel where they both clash and you get this kind of explosion of light almost, and Meliodas is just like, "No, you're the destroyer." And I was like, okay. And he says this while kind of Beyblading down from the heavens, and he actually just kind of pirouettes his way down, all the way down the Demon King's sword, and he tells the Demon King once again that he has no interest in taking the mantle of the Demon King's throne, and he just wants this endless war and this meaningless war to end. And then he gets wrecked by a swipe from the Demon King. So to be fair, he only managed to like hold off 2 attacks from the Demon King. He deflected one, and then he clashed head on with one of them. And then as soon as he landed, he gets swept up in another attack, and then he gets kind of slashed straight down. So to be fair, I mean, like, it wasn't like Meliodas' power level was too far off the scale. I was surprised that he was able to hold off the Demon King for 2 attacks. But now I think about it, it was only 2 attacks, and supposedly with the Demon King weakened. So the Demon King, maybe the power levels were fine then. It was just me at the beginning. So the Demon King then unleashes this like absolutely demonic strike, slams Meliodas through the ground. And then Bond's shocked about something. He's there looking at his captain. He's like, "Oh shit, what the hell's going on?" And then he looks behind him and he's shocked about something. So the Demon King talks about how Meliodas, the one without emotions, is the most suitable person to take over and to inherit the throne from him. And the only unnecessary part he felt Meliodas had were his emotions. So he gets ready to kill off the emotional Meliodas. He picks up his sword and he's about to stab him. The only thing that confused me here was, if he's able to kill Meliodas' emotions, why hasn't he done this before? They've had battle after battle after battle. I think how many did they have? There was like 2071 or something like that, and then they had a few more after that I numbered last chapter. But he's had an ample amount of opportunities to kill the emotions of Meliodas, to murder the emotions of Meliodas, and I know Wild shielded Meliodas last time from any further damage and stuff like that, but you kind of expected that to happen like 2070 something times. Meliodas, if he was actually trying to kill Meliodas' emotions, he should have been able to do that by now. So just as he tries to stab down on Meliodas' emotions, the Demon King gets absolutely hammered by we don't know what, and he just has this huge dent in his chest, in his armor plating, and he's just shocked, and he's like, "The heck?" And then he turns around, he's like, "You rare beast." And then he turns around and you see exactly what hit him, and Ban and Meliodas are both shocked, and the Demon King's shocked as well. He's like, "What the hell is that form? What's that power? What have you done?" And it turns out it's just Wild. Who's unleashed his like he's basically put his entire life energy, he's burning his life's energy into unleashing all this power. So he calls it Wild Full Throttle, and essentially he's exploding his life force is the explanation that he has within him, and he's going to strike down his foes, i.e. the Demon King. So he lines up Ban and Meliodas. Ban is right outside the doorway or the gateway to the real world. Meliodas is just walking up to Wild saying, "You idiot, you're about to die, you need to stop this." So Wild just slaps the shit out of Meliodas, sending him flying towards Ban. he knocks into Ban. It was such a powerful attack that Ban couldn't even actually tank the attack, and he gets pushed back and he falls into the hole with Meliodas. Obviously the Demon King tries to stop this, and he just gets demolished once again by Wild. He doesn't get like swept off his feet. He gets knocked back, and he's just reeling a bit from Wild's attack. Now I was surprised because Wild then explodes in like a cloud, a kind of, not even a cloud, in he just explodes in this like bubble of blood, and he has this whole monologue of saying like these 8 million years were worth it just to know that Mild was alive, so Hawk was alive, and I'd rather he has two of his kind of these two friends who I've seen the quality of return to him rather than a brother he never knew. So I'd rather save them and have them go back to him than none of us go back at all, you know. So it's a really honourable move on the part of Wild, but he does look like he's basically dead. And that's pretty much how the chapter ends. We have Meliodas and Ban just like confused, shocked that they're falling through this. Everything's kind of going white. I mean, Meliodas and Ban lack color at this point, even though the whole chapter they kind of lack color. And that's pretty much how the chapter ends. So, and next week, Nanatsu no Taizai will be on break, a very, very rare occurrence. So I hope Nakaba is fine. I hope he's okay, and I hope his health is good. But yeah, so like I said, I had a complaint initially about the Demon King's power level compared to Meliodas. I mean, we know Meliodas and Ban and Wild have been getting stronger, but the fact remains that Meliodas was able to parry or at least block 2 of the Demon King's attacks. But when I reread it now, I realized it was only 2 of the Demon King's attacks, and then the Demon King proceeded to wipe the floor with Meliodas. So it's not anything too major. And then we also have to realize that Wild is a creature that's been fighting the Demon King for millennia, has survived every single fight he's had with the Demon King. He's had thousands upon thousands of them, and he was bound to have been stronger than he was letting on. So the fact that he was able to at least knock back the Demon King, I think is warranted, to be fair. I mean, he's fought, I mean, like if I was fighting against like Anthony Joshua or something like that for like millions of fights, chances are I'd be able to land a mean punch on him every like once. Like if I landed a punch on him, chances are I'd be able to land at least one mean one by the end of my like millions and millions of fights with him. You know, it's the experience you gain and all of the strength you gain from having done something, rather than just randomly ass pulling it in your first fight or something like that. So for that kind of thing, I'm okay with that, with Wild having gone in like that. But the fact remains that he does actually die. It looks like he is completely dead by the end of this chapter, so I don't think he's coming back. And it's unfortunate that Mild, i.e. Hawk, isn't going to be able to meet his older brother, but that's something that we'll have to deal with, and we'll have to see what lies ahead, which is actually what the next chapter is called. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Let me know what you guys thought of this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll actually release my My Hero Academia chapter review tomorrow. I haven't been able to get to that. I haven't even read the chapter yet, but I'll get to that tomorrow. Everything's been a bit hectic. Once again, I'm sitting down on the floor. But yeah, I'll get to that. So let me know what you guys thought of this, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in a bit.